If you're a Freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Los Angeles Rams.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick
off. Welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. Off we go from Southern California. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Slot man in motion right. Herbert with a throw on this first play. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. You can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield. And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. Now Herbert on the bootleg. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Big strides. Look at him go. And he will go all the way. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hours spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive in an early 6 points.
Rams nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19, Charger.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good.
How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
At the 49-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, Sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Panther 11, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready.
They'll throw out of the gun. Pass right side going to be taken in by Walker. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Reynolds. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. Here comes 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's in. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground, and he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be brought down past the 30. That is good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he's going to have the 1st down, mark him at the 45, and move the chains.
A nice gain out of that position, Mike, that we don't typically see get a lot of carries anymore. I'm a big fan of any offense that still recognizes the usefulness of that fullback position. Work him in every now and then as a ball carrier, and you can see it pay off.
They motion a receiver right. On play action now, Herbert. He's going to take a shot down the field. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Herbert to throw on 2nd down. Oh, Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Work in the middle. That's Kraft. He's got it. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Look wide. Get this one complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Rams 16-yard line.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. We're back in Southern California in a moment. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 1 coming up. On play action. Now Herbert. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush. He goes down. Chris Paul Jr. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his 1st on the year.
3rd and long.
Third and 10.
Crowd run.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. Well, no excuses here, Mike. This is pretty clear. He just flat out pulled it and winds up missing it wide left.
Ready? 19 Tiger.
Here's Reynolds. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Hawk 70. Ready?
A carry here for Reynolds. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
37-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's got his man. It's Smith. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one. All week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets, and if he continues to make plays like that, their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
60 bucks, yeah, 60 bucks.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, L.A.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And he will get into the end zone.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mixing run, mixing pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Austin now to return this. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. A very quick throw there, but it's not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback. He's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Kappa.
Pistol here for Herbert. To crash the tight end downfield. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. A gain there of 27 yards.
Los Angeles.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Throwing again, Herbert. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. 13
yards.
13 yards on that pass play. It's good for a Charger first down. On the toss, they'll run. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
By the time the defensive backs had come downhill to get involved, we knew there was just no way he was going to get himself out of this. It just shows, Mike, how long he was flailing around back there, that by the time he actually went down, everyone was behind the line of scrimmage chasing him.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Home trips right.
To throw, it's Herbert. In trouble, and down he goes. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Herbert. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. The Chargers going to call on the field goal unit now. This officially a 58-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Chargers are back within 4 at 14-10. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Cougar 19.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
At the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's caught by Walker. Now he's loose down the right sideline. And he will score. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Chargers 10. Chase McLaughlin.
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. Austin now to return this. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On play action, it's Herbert on the run to the right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. There's a short one caught by Kraft. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st down, Chargers.
Herbert to throw. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Still. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Here's a toss, right side. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan of the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the 1st down.
So, not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. Mark down at the 6. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
Here we go, Scott. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That one, take it in.
Coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, like the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
The kick is good. Makes the score Rams 28, Chargers 10. Chase McLaughlin set to kick
They didn't
off.
leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Austin now to return this. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Go.
Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. Open is the tight end, Kraft. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. And with just 4 seconds left in the 1st half, a timeout is called. Herbert now on 1st down. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
The Chargers going to call on the field goal unit now. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. This one is good. He knocks it through. We have hit halftime. We'll take a quick break, come back, 2nd half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Seven, 5.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
I had a rule, Mike, when I was playing that if the ball hit either of my hands, it was a drop. You don't get paid in the NFL to make the easy ones. You get paid in the NFL to make them all, and I think that's a catch he's got to come down with.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now give on the ground. And this is going to be a Rams first down as the tackle is made just shy of the 40.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up a fresh set of downs.
That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
2nd and 10.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
70. Go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down. The Rams punting unit coming out. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20.
Their own 16-yard line.
On 1st down, Herbert has caught right side by Kraft. Look at the big man go. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 83 yards. Touchdown, L.A.
Harrison Mevis on 4th.
Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
He fields it at the 8. He'll be out of bounds beyond the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go. Start it. Ready.
Now, faking the give. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Cut 19. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Here's a screen set up for Reynolds. And he's brought down after after a gain of 6 on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
A gain of a yard.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Viking 18. Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
At the 34-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Space to run inside the 20. And he'll be taken down.
4 yards.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
18-yard line.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical, right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And the Rams are going to be set up 1st and goal. Couldn't reach clean, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal.
Go.
Now Smith gets it coming around. And he'll go the wrong way, trying to use that speed to get out to the pylon, but he had to give ground, and they tackle him for a loss.
At the Chargers' 3-yard line.
Hold the set.
Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Reynolds. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Got it. Ready?
Last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's
go.
3rd and goal.
Bronco.
They'll run. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick
Here's
off.
McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. Austin now to return this. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Perfect. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
A gain of 9 brings up third down.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. Receiver in motion, headed left. Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth. They will turn it over on down.
And that is just a bad time for a mental mistake. You have to secure that ball before you worry about turning upfield. You know it's fourth down. You know where the marker is. You've got to make that catch and keep this drive alive.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Tag! Blocking 18!
They'll stick with him again. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they get him down. It's no game.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. He's got the first down and more than that. And he'll take this one in. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Rams will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
20. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. Austin now to return this. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again. So after the loss on first, here's second and 14.
22-yard line.
On play action. Now Herbert under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
What can they do here? This is third and forever. From From the gun, it's Herbert. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And how about... back. 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. Shotgun now for Herbert. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Los Angeles.
Now a give up the middle. And he will get into the end zone. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready? Pat the 60. Pat the 60. Ready?
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
2nd and 10.
Come on, come on. Cowboy, watch him out, go.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Pass right side going to be taken in by Walter. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Rams first down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's out wide to Reynolds. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he will go all the way. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Rams tack on one more to their lead.
49. Chargers 28. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Austin now to return this. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Herbert now on first down. He'll look deep, left sideline. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Tarheeb Still.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big time ball.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He's inside the 35. And he is going to run it all the way down near the red zone. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. It's a gain of 49.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Deputy Lions. Ready?
On the handoff, it's Allen. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 80.
Here's a toss as they look to run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. McLaughlin's kick is good, and the Rams will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Austin now to return this. Oh, he's got room past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes. So it's a win here for the Rams. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Rams are victorious as we say so long from SoFi.